Hello, everyone. I'm Adam Teraoka, and this is 3D Design. I'd like to welcome you amidst all this weirdness that's happening, and thank you for signing up for my class. I look forward to meeting all of you online, and maybe someday in the future I'll meet you in person. I'd like to start by giving you a little background about myself. I've taught 3D design for 20 years. I've taught it probably 60 times, between 55 and 60 times, and I really enjoy it. It's my thing, and I'd like you. Although I have to say this is my second time full semester of teaching it online, and I know that a lot of you have not taken an online class before, and I'm relatively new at this. So if you have taken an online class and you see something that I'm doing wrong, let me know immediately, and it'll help me, it'll help everyone. And that way, I just want you to know that I'm completely open to suggestion. Okay, so I'm making this video because I wanted to introduce myself and also just get you started on Canvas. Okay. When you sign on, when you sign on to Canvas, it'll take you to the dashboard, and you'll have your classes here, and you click on it, and this is my class. I've arranged it so that everything's kind of in sections. I'm actually a little OCD about this. So every section is called a module. So this is a module, and for every project, I have its own module, including the extra credit section. So when you're working on project one, just go to project one, and everything you need should be listed here. Okay. When you first log on, I'd like you to look at the orientation that I wrote and read over the course syllabus. A lot of this we're going to go over in our first meeting, our first class meeting, which is on Tuesday. For Citrus, it'll be at 10 in the morning, our first Zoom meeting on Tuesday. And for Pasadena, it's going to be at 6 p.m. So I'll see you Tuesday night. Okay, so when you first log on, go to discussions and click the please introduce yourself, and introduce yourself. And what I'd like you to do is tell me your preferred pronoun, what you're studying, and something interesting about you. So last semester, there was some pretty interesting stuff. There was a girl who was expert with a knife. There was a lady who was a bus driver. There was all kinds of things. But things that are not interesting are like, oh, I play video games, or I love rock and roll. That's not that exciting. I mean, it is interesting to play video games. If you say video games, tell me what you're playing. How about that? Okay, so introduce yourself. And if you introduce yourself before the semester starts, I can go and I'll have time to respond to you. Once the semester starts, the discussion page on Canvas is I'll post something, or you can post something, and it's your area. So it's the students' area to discuss stuff, help each other, critique each other's work, give each other suggestions, and that's how it's worked out best so far in these classes. Okay, so if you get lost and you're I don't know where to go, you can just click on home and it'll take you, and that's one of the reasons I set these up in modules so that everything is kind of on one page. The second thing to do after you've introduced yourself is go to the checklist for week 1 and go down the checklist. So I'd like you to watch the Canvas tutorial first. Even if you've seen it already, I'd like you to watch it. Then I'd like you to, you've already introduced yourself. I would like you guys to set up a Hangout with me on Google. So if you have a Google account already, you already have a Hangout, and all you have to do is connect with me. And on the communications module, you can go to Hangouts, and where's the video? You can watch the video of how to connect with me on Hangouts. And so let's see, the email is correct. And this is it's just very helpful for you when you need information right away. And it's really helpful for me because I can keep track of you guys. All right, so once you've gone through the checklist and you have your materials, that's basically it for week 1. So there's not much to do other than just familiarize yourself with Canvas, introduce yourself, and get your materials, and then connect with me on Hangouts. And once you've done that, you're done for the week. The Zoom meeting on Tuesday, if you're so I realized that Pasadena students are going to be looking at the this is the Citrus College Canvas shell, but it works the same way, and I have set both classes up identically. So whatever school you're from, you can go to the Zoom page, and so for Citrus, we're meeting at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, and for Pasadena, we're meeting at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. What you'll do is you'll go to the Zoom page, you'll click on this link, and it should automatically connect you to our meeting. So it's very simple. If you haven't used Zoom before, you'll have to download it, then click on it, but it's the same thing. It'll just take you right to our meeting. So the thing about these classes, and I know some of you are aware of this, is that they're supposed to be run, and they will be run in an asynchronous format. And what that means is that I can't require you to be all in one spot at one time, and if you're not, lower your attendance or whatever. That's not how the class works. But I would like you all to come to the class meetings for a couple of reasons. One is that, I'd like to see you all, and it helps me, gauge where you're at, where you're from, who you are, and it helps you because in the Zoom meetings, I give you all the answers to the quizzes. And if you don't come to the Zoom meeting or watch the Zoom meeting, then you have to research these all on your own. So it's a little bit, it's actually a really big advantage to come to the meetings if you can. If you can't make it to the meeting, then you can watch the recording. On each project module, I'll put the recorded meeting in the module so that when if you miss the meeting, you can go back later and watch it. But trust me, it's much easier to come to the meeting. and be engaged. Watching the Zoom meetings, they can be 2 hours sometimes, and watching 2 hours of Zoom meetings is sort of like the worst movie you've ever seen. So I'd like you guys to come to the meetings. If you can't, watch the video. All other instructions asynchronous. So when you want to talk to me, we can set up an individual meeting, and we can meet one-on-one in Zoom, and then we can go over your projects, over your progress, and every student's allotted 30 minutes a week to as in a private individual meeting. So that's the basics of it, and we'll get more into it, and I'll answer all your questions in our first class meeting. My hope is that you use this class to take your mind off of things, and know that the class is I say this all the time. You'll hear me repeat it all the time, but this class, and pretty much every class, it's going to be what you make it. And if you want an Ivy League, top quality education, then that's what you'll get. And incidentally, I looked up how they teach it at Harvard and Yale, and it's the same. In fact, mine's better. So if you're just trying to, get by and C's get degrees, you'll do fine also. You'll get your C or probably even a B. But if you're really serious about design and serious about school, I never have to motivate anybody. You'll already make it what you're going to make it. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys, albeit online, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. So let's have a good semester.